feel like you could talk about anything, or do you feel an obligation to talk about certain things?
I can talk about anything.
That's great.
And this is the challenge for me. Being able to talk about anything and make it connect, you know, to a listener, where the listener can either feel like you or feel like they understand you, or you have just a deeper connection through the music with the listener. Talking to a little kid and making that represent something, feel like something, or saying the most brutal, harsh things on record where, you know, society may not want to hear it, you know, but still having that connection. And that's what I think music is about for me, period.
Concept, an abstract or generic idea, generalized from particular instances. Kendrick Lamar is a master at presenting concepts through his music. This is evident in his most recent studio album, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. An album in which Kendrick opens up about his personal traumas and presents the idea of therapy being a big step in overcoming many of these issues. Kendrick has always been able to draw from his life experiences and put them into his music. Even though he may make this look easy, he is like any other artist, trying to refine this process through years of practice.
Like, how does writing work for you?
It varies. Usually time me and the boys get in the studio and I can just go off a simple drum loop that I like.
Yeah.
My process, it starts from just a whole bunch of premeditated thoughts. The process of me thinking about the ideas and what I want to say next.
Yeah.
You know, and by the time I get into the studio, I have to find that exact sound that triggered the emotion or the idea that I thought about 2 months ago.
Would you have more than one of those going on at the same time? Like, might you have 6 of those before you go into the studio, or do you do them one at a time?
Do them one at a time. Do them one at a time.
So the concept will come, you'll sort of live with it and let it grow in you.
Yep.
Do you make notes?
Definitely, all the time. I have to make notes because a lot of my inspiration comes from meeting people or going outside of the country or going around the corner to my old neighborhood, talking to a 5-year-old little boy. And I have to remember these things. You know, I have to write them down, and then 5 or 3 months later, I have to find that same emotion that I felt when I was inspired by it. So I had to dig all the way deep and see what were the things that triggered the idea of
Does it always come back?
It comes back. Okay. It comes back. It comes because I have key little words that make me realize the exact motion and what drew the inspiration.
Beautiful.
Yeah, man. Definitely. Definitely. It's a process. It's a working process. I'm my worst critic. For sure.
Tell me about that a little bit. You're critical of you just want it to be really good.
Yeah. It's really about me challenging myself. I think my excitement in doing music is me feeling like I'm never stagnant, me feeling like I didn't get comfortable in you know, my own skin of what I think is good or what someone else thinks is good. You know, stepping outside of my comfort zone and mastering it.
Throughout his career, Kendrick Lamar has focused on connecting with his listeners, not being afraid to dive into heavy topics that many hip-hop artists shy away from. He's covered themes like alcoholism in social settings on his first commercial hit, Swimming Pools. The song comes off as a drinking anthem, but actually is a deep dive into peer pressure and how it impacts the decisions on the individual in a social setting. These are topics that many people can connect to, and Kendrick realizes the importance of using his life experiences to help shine a light for others to look at their personal experiences as well.
It's like, what would have been inspirations along the way for you, musically, lyrically, or philosophically, that got you to this stage?
Oh man, that's a journey. I think first off it had to be how I was raised, you know, in an environment where having the idea of my father being, you know, just a complete realist, just in the streets. And my mother having this idea of being a dreamer. Biggie, Jay, I mean, you know, your usual suspect. These were the people that was played in my household that not only I loved to listen to, but it kind of complemented my DNA, because these artists always had different perspectives on life in general, and they put that in their lyrics and they put that in their music. And as a kid, I connected with it, you know, because I see my older cousins going through the same type of feelings and emotion that these artists are going through. And as I started to write and dig into my own thing, it just progressed in that same nature, you know.
Everyone goes through things, and we all have our own personal life experiences. As a creative, one of the greatest things you can do is use your personal experience to connect with others through your artistic talents. There's always going to be someone out there that can relate to what you're going through. Remember, expressing your personal experiences is key to understanding your vision. As always, I appreciate anybody who's made it this far into the video. Last week we dropped our update video with the channel, so if you'd like to know what's going on in the future, go ahead and check it out. If you'd like to keep up with us off of YouTube, follow us on Instagram at StopHating, make friends. If you liked the video, leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Hope you guys have a good day.